And tonight, another investigation is underway after an officer-involved shooting just north of downtown St. Louis. Police say the man who was shot and killed pointed a gun at officers. He has not been identified. News 4's Alyssa Toomey was on the scene all morning and spoke to the police chief about what led up to this shooting.
What started out as a traffic stop took a deadly turn Sunday morning.
It escalated into the shooting.
The St. Louis police chief says officers tried to pull over a dark sedan for a traffic violation at North Florissant and St. Louis Avenue around 5 Sunday morning. The chief says the driver sped off and went southeast towards 13th and Madison.
The person driving the car ran into some obstruction and then jumped out of the car.
That person ran through the property of the Bristol Place townhomes and ended up a block away at 12th and Clinton.
The person had his hand in his pocket. He refused to take his hand out. The officer attempted to tase the person unsuccessfully, at which time the suspect pulled his weapon from his pocket and pointed at the officer, and the officer fired several times into the suspect's torso.
Police say the man was pronounced dead at the hospital. The chief says investigators found a gun on scene.
Recovered at the scene was the suspect's weapon, was a loaded 9mm, and then also recovered at the scene of the accident. It was noticed that there were 2 different types of suspected narcotics inside the vehicle.
Chief Hayden says the officer who shot the man is 39 years old and has been with the department for 13 years.
Naturally, they also go on administrative duty, and we will continue the investigation by the Force Investigative Unit.
Alyssa Toomey, News 4.
The chief says the officer who shot the man was not injured. You can follow any new developments we learn in this story on the KMOV News app.